Bang.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about YouTube, fast food. No one is safe from this rare breed of human preying on our most valuable commodity, children. Unsurprisingly, some of them are musicians and they use that power and status to get the attention of young people. This isn't new. It actually really disturbs me that there were so many rock songs in the 70s and 60s just openly admitting how attractive young women are and no one seems to care.
Hey little girl, you sure look cute to me. Come up a little closer so I can see.
Bobby Shmurda and Tay-K can get 7 years in prison for rapping about their crimes, but Iggy Pop doesn't get any public reaction at all for releasing a song about literally wanting to on a 16-year-old. It's pretty much a dice roll at this point if your childhood hero turns out to be a scumbag. It seems almost daily a famous sports star, entertainer, or politician has some awful accusations put against him, and it's really rare justice is often served. By the time a verdict has been reached, often decades have gone by and the culprit has faded into obscurity or died.
Weinstein was not placed in a jail cell. We're told he was taken to a medical facility on Rikers Island, New York's most notorious prison, because of his age and serious medical issues.
While the jury is out, it's in the accused's best interest to keep as quiet as possible to protect their image. Let the people decide. No one would be as stupid as to release music trying to defend themselves, right? Well, how about I give you two? I've been gone for a while. This is the Groomer double feature.
And I don't need a jacket.
But I'm not a fan of Glenn cause he humped my ex-wife.
Oh my God!
But somehow you expect us to believe you are completely innocent.
That would be ideal, yes.
In hindsight, it feels ridiculous that R. Kelly has only been officially sentenced less than a month ago. It's been in pop culture for almost 20 years. But here we are. R. Kelly is currently serving 30 years for something he did almost 25 years ago. I really struggle to see the justice. In a last-ditch effort to clear his name, he did one of the most bizarre career moves ever and released a 19-minute song called I Admit, where he doesn't actually admit to anything and makes him sound so much worse. It's not even like, that's what's so weird, he's like, he was like, yeah, I did it, but can you prove it? But come on, he made Space Jam, he made Bump and Grind, he made Age is Nothing But a Number, and Tales from the Closet. Oh no. It doesn't even matter, you just can't go past the length of this thing, longer than most entire albums. That can work sometimes if you're going to fully commit to the length, but so much of this feels unnecessary at best. R&B to music is like rom-com to movies. Fun, lighthearted, and it's carried by its soul. No one wants to watch a 3-hour rom-com. When you demand that much time out of a viewer, everything needs to feel purposeful. As soon as your audience starts checking their watch, cut it down. I was so tempted just to play it at double speed to say that I listened to it all, but then he pulled the gun out.
I admit I fuck with all the ladies, that's both older and young ladies. But tell me how they call it pedophile because of that shit, that's crazy.
What the fuck? What? There are times that I just had to like stop. I started getting so, I felt so gross. I could have like washed my hands or some shit. That's fucking, ugh. Oh my god. What the fuck was that? Like to my stomach, like that was fucking unreal. Oh my god. Well, we're not even halfway.
Like I don't go through things, but I'm human.
It feels like satire to have this little humility in your apology.
And now the truth in this message is I'm a broke ass legend.
Throughout it, he calls himself a gift, an inspiration, a legend, and that's what he admits to being, a legacy. He admits that he's been a victim of the music industry, he's been a victim of cancel culture. But what he fails to admit is this giant elephant in the room. Well, he does, to be fair, but in such a vain, deflective way that actually makes him sound somehow more guilty with every word. R. Kelly decides to sit on the comfortable middle ground of not declaring himself a pedophile, but openly admitting to sleeping and wanting to sleep with girls under 18. If that's the hill that you want to die on, then rest in fucking peace.
Robert likes younger women. You have people who have fantasies about different things. I like older women. Go figure, you know? But that's just a preference. It's a preference. Everyone has preferences. So, what is the big deal? What's the big issue with my brother?
What's the definition of a cult? What's the definition of a sex slave?
Who better to compare this apology from R. Kelly to than a different apology from R. Kelly? In 2003, he released a song called Apologies of a Thug, which really shouldn't have this many similarities. This fictional scenario about winning a woman back has more heart and soul than the real deal. He rattles off the same stuff about him being from the streets, being hard to love, but ultimately being a good person. This song has its own problems too. It's definitely a B-side. It's very wobbly with the delivery.
I'm sorry, baby, for storming out of the house, giving you them lame excuses just to get out of the house.
I don't think apologizing is R. Kelly's strong suit. At least this song has an identity. The repetitive piano keys behind the 19 minutes in I Admit feels more like a radio station freestyle with the loose riffing. I expect Sway to be off to the side nodding his head. It's so hard to keep track of where the song is going. Every line begins with I admit, and it's just this sprawling mess of thoughts. Very reminiscent of Ye versus the People, where just in your mind it all just bunches together into this foggy dump of voice. Just listening to it was overwhelmingly boring. Looking back, most of the time I was just staring forward, unblinking and hardly engaging. Anything that snapped my mind back into it was just the most heinous shit I've ever heard.
Now I don't like to brag when it comes to me, but I've given back to the
Apparently
community.
not. It's like deranged to have this little humility and guilt over what you've done, and I left the song with no doubt in my mind that this motherfucker did it. His lawyers literally sat him in the corner and told him not to do anything, but he thought that this would undo the decade of trials and accusations. Like, imagine if I hit you with my car, and in response I go, "You know I do drive if we share the same road. For you to be walking there, how could I know?" Except you were under the age and I had no clothes on. When things like this happen, people often boycott their product, and that's an admirable thing to do. But for the people that won't, I wouldn't feel sorry, because you know this man is not getting a single cent. He said it himself, he has 23 lawyers, 4 managers, and doesn't own his masters. That man is staying broke. There is peace in this world knowing this man's legacy is ruined, and it's extra satisfying knowing he put the last nail in it with this atrocity. I still wasted 20 minutes of my life, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess.
And if I was handsome...
You're agreeing with it!
You're...
Oh, yikes. Yikes, that is a savage low-key burn. And then...
Yum 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 yum.
I never heard of Narpy before, but they actually made one of my favorite videos of 2019, He. I said it was one of mine, it doesn't have to be yours, let me live my life. This is my favorite video right now.
My granny called, she said, Travis, you work too hard, don't worry, you forget about me.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent. As for Narpy's normal videos, it's...
I have to admit this. Sometimes I wake up and I get really upset that I'm not a dog.
It's not my thing. Narpy is a streamer and a YouTuber who got popular with some Minecraft videos. This is entirely from the outside looking in because this content isn't popular with me, but I hear popular Minecraft streamer and my brain auto-completes it to a much easier phrase. Yeah, that's much better. This is both part truth and part coping. Episode 3 of Minecraft Ahoy will be out soon, I promise.
Hold on, do you want to swap?
Oh, yes, my
camera. And now you can keep building. Hold on, needs to focus. Okay, I go.
I gotta sneeze. Ugh. No, it's just a yawn. Okay, now we're back to our horrible building. Alright.
This is being made hot off the Dream accusations, and we are currently in a post-Carson era, which means no one is safe. Now, put yourself in his shoes for a second. Someone releases a 57-page document outlining some really awful claims. What you will do next will have repercussions on your future career as a content creator and your legacy before it. We have a large history of these things happening, so we have some examples. YouTuber apologies are no new feat. They're always embarrassing, but they are serviceable. But it doesn't matter what your answer to the earlier question was. A diss track calling your victim out is the worst possible thing you could ever do. Did I forget to mention that the victim is a minor? Oh, fuck shit. Somehow, putting that aside, the diss track is weak, like really weak. You're a gun ready to shoot me down whenever I grow wings. You couldn't find another guy who gave you better head. You think I'm innocent, yet I'm a puppy who can bite.
It's a good sandwich. Their spokesperson's a child molester.
I felt that too. I originally wasn't even going to make this video, but what put me to work is that you cannot find this song anywhere. The YouTube re-upload got recently hit, and it's been taken down on pretty much everything DistroKid goes to. Spotify, no. Deezer, nope. Amazon Music, definitely not. The only way I can even prove this exists is an instrumental on SoundCloud that will probably be gone by the time I finish this video. I felt like I was losing my fucking mind. Narpy was removing things as I was discovering them, and I was being gaslit into oblivion. He could be distancing himself from the drama, but if that's the case, that's the strangest part of all. Why now? To then try to erase the whole song over a year later. Narpy hit the YouTube re-upload with some copyrights, and all relevant tags and algorithm point to some really baity YouTube videos. These YouTube videos don't talk about anything regarding the drama. Embarrassed of his song? Maybe, but those aren't the actions of a remorseful person, and for his sake I hope I'm wrong. Everyone makes mistakes, and while I do think everyone is capable of good, I'm a firm believer in consequences for actions. The Narpy situation is looked to have sorted itself out, everyone's happy. Digging deeper, it gets really muddy, I don't want to even touch that. If everyone involved is happy, then just let it disappear. He has since released a couple lo-fi projects, including an EP, but has taken a back seat and is no longer singing. Justice has been served for R. Kelly. Is that enough? I personally don't think so. And so many people to hold accountable as well, keeping him protected for that long, I don't even want to think about it. But for now, we can rest easy, knowing that some of the most prolific songs for these singers are selfish missteps. And our journey has finally come to an end. The Narpy Song is really inoffensive because of its painfully basic melody and how short it is, so it sits a bit higher. But R. Kelly gets no salvation, not in my list, not in this life, and hopefully not in the next. Thank you for watching part 9 of the worst of Rate Your Music. I'm hesitant to call this a return to form, but I've got a better strategy of uploading these things, and just to not get generally burnt out. Life gets in the way. I need to take a couple notes from 2011 me and keep that schedule going. Until next time, I'll be watching some old memories.
Hello guys, and welcome back to episode whatever, I can't remember. I am Acid as always, and we are playing some more Tekkit. Wow. I always say wow, I'm just surprised that I'm still doing this. I am getting a lot more views than others though, just pretty happy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. My, oh god, I don't know.